Whenever you're ready.
Only Jesus can save, only Jesus can save, hallelujah. Only Jesus can save, only Jesus can save. Wait, people seem to have forgotten so easily. Look at the time of COVID. Look at the time of COVID. Just a trickle of time. Look at the
testing. Okay, now we're here. As I said, we got the Spirit of the Most High, Spirit of the Mashiach Yahushua. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We are the people that are written in the Bible concerning the Most High's chosen people. And until we come back to His rules and regulations, His laws, statutes, commandments, then we're going to be in the same position that we're in now.
yes.
Representing the people of the world instead of the children of Israel. See? So always I'm going to start with Colossians 3 and 17.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Shem HaMashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
We going to do everything that we say in the name of the Lord and Savior, which is Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua in our ancient tongue of Hebrew. And there's power in that. That's why I read St. John 14 and 6. And the Mashiach is saying this without having any New Testament that people believe in, so-called believe in. He only had the law and the prophets. So this is what he said when he was on the earth in the flesh. This is what he said.
Mashiach Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
He's the way, he's the truth, and the life, right? So, what is the truth? Psalms 119, 142. Because he's telling you something without being able to open up the book of anything that Paul wrote. He's telling you something without being able. Because it wasn't written yet. Paul's name was Saul, and he was against those that called on, as we started, Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. So what is the truth? Let's read.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
The Most High's law is the truth. So what is the Mashiach Yahushua saying in St. John 14 and 6? Our listening is. St. John 14 and 6 again.
Mashiach Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
People look at him saying he's the truth, cancel out the fact that we got to keep the Most High's laws, rules and regulations. But no, he's not saying that. He's telling you, you're in front of my camera. He said, he's the way to follow us how to, tell us how to follow the truth, which is the Most High's laws, when he gave us rules and regulations. Y'all know about that. That's going to lead to everlasting life. This is what he says. Read it again.
Mashiach Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
He say nobody comes to the Father but by him. Now, he's talking to the brothers. If they went to the temple, all they had to read was what? The law of Moses and the prophets, the Old Testament. Understand? So, this is what he's telling them. I'm the way to show you how to follow the truth, which is the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High, that's going to lead to everlasting life. You can't just do whatever you want to do. The world say, follow your own heart, follow your own mind. And the scriptures say the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? You can't just follow your way. You can't think you can do whatever you want to do and please the Most High. Come on, we talk about the Most High here. Who y'all call God, which is dog spelled backwards. You understand? A European invention. He said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father but by him. Jump into verse 13.
Verse 13. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name,
Bahashama Mashiach Yahushai, in the name of the Lord and Savior, read.
that will I do,
That will he do. Why?
that the Father may be glorified in the Son.
The most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, may be what?
May be glorified in the Son.
May be glorified in him. So it's something for him. He getting some out of this. Beside us, go ahead.
If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Simple. He said, if you love me, you love Christ, you love Mashiach Yahushua, you know the Savior. He said, what?
Keep my commandments.
He said, keep my commandments. So the commandments are moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws that we can follow right now. That we as Hebrew Israelites are following right now. You see? But see, the world says you're not under the law. Somebody lied to you. You're not under the law of sacrifice. We're not sacrificing animals anymore because Mashiach Yahushua was the ultimate sacrifice for the sins of the 12 tribes of Israel. But now, what is sin? Verse 9, 3 and 4. And he said, he the way, the truth, and the life. He the way to show us how to follow the laws of the Most High. Did he sin? Let's find out what sin is. Read.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
That's in the New Testament. So whosoever sin, you transgress the law. Whose laws are they? They're the Most High's law. So how do you be righteous? Deuteronomy 6:25. So you say you're righteous, go to church and you whoop and holler, you talk and talk and talk and talk without the scriptures understanding. I want you to take these scriptures and learn these scriptures. That's how you get understanding. Through these precepts. What is righteousness? We know the truth is the laws of the Most High. Let's see what righteousness is. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High, our power.
If we observe to do all the commandments before the Most High, that would make us righteous. You see? That would make us righteous. If we do what he say do. It's simple. Get us Psalms 119, 172. Read this. So righteousness is keeping of the commandments of the Most High, which people want to differentiate and say the commandments are not the laws. Any way they can have you deceived, you've been deceived. Read.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness.
All the commandments are righteousness. Now, just in case you think the commandments and the laws are something different, get Proverbs 3, 1 and 2. So we got to represent the Most High. We done offended him too long. Now it's time to come and represent him. You know what I mean? Read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 1. My son, forget not my law.
Forget not what?
Forget not my law.
Forget not his law. Forget not his law, y'all. Read.
But let thy heart keep my commandments.
But let your mind, your heart is the way you think. Keep his commandments. This is very important. Thank you, brother. Said it. You know? Said, keep his commandments. This was very important, y'all. Don't get it twisted. That's why we come forth to at least let you know that you're going to be judged by how you keep the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. So the commandments are the laws. The laws are the commandments. If you keep the commandments, keep the laws, what do you say?
For a length of day,
You're going to live a long time. You know, people getting old and they can't really do what they want to do. They all broke down. They got no strength. They got health problems because they don't follow the dietary law, first and foremost. They don't follow moral laws. They tell you that all your life you ain't under the law. Something wrong with that picture. How you believe in the Most High and you believe more in the white man that tell you got to follow his laws. You got to follow the law of the land. That's why y'all standing on that corner right now. Y'all ain't going to go across the street. Ain't no cars coming. Y'all ain't going to, when it's free to go, y'all going to follow the law because he going to give you a ticket. He going to come and give you a ticket. If you're dirty, you got some weed, you got some cocaine, you got some heroin, then what? He gonna end up arresting you. So the Most High got rules and regulations too. Don't believe that you ain't gotta follow the Most High and His rules and regulations. You better understand. That's why we're here to tell you. It's very important. You're gonna be judged whether you're gonna be on this earth in heaven, brother, or you're gonna be in hell fire. You got two choices. Choose life or death. That's it. That's the only choices you have, man. You choose life or death. You want to choose life, then you better come back and learn the Most High's commandments, His laws. He said, do this, because we don't look, get Hosea 5 and 15, man. I'm speaking for the Most High. You know what I'm talking about, right, brothers? And I say the Most High, everybody call him God. That's dog spelled backwards. That's a European invention, brother. You know what I mean? Read this.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
So I said, I'm going to go and return to my place. He was rolling with us, man. Really.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
So we acknowledge what?
Their offense.
Our offense, man. We offended the Most High. By doing what? Not following what He said do. It's simple. We offended Him. Do what He told us to do. Go first. Hold that. Give 1 John 5 and 3. This is what He told us. We as the Israelites. He only talking to us. He ain't not talking to no one else, because He is the power of Abraham, who had a son named Isaac, who had a son named Jacob, and Jacob became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. See him here? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Naphtali, and Issachar. All 12 tribes, man. That's who He's the power of. Point blank. I challenge anybody to come forth and prove that He's not. And He's the power of everybody. He only has one people, and that's us. That's us, man. And it sounds racist, but it's okay. Don't we deal with racism? We deal with it every day. So, hey, the Most High is like that. You don't believe it? I can prove you wrong. And you'll see that He is. Wait.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3.
He's talking to the Israelites, us. What did He say?
For this is the love of the Most High.
The love of the Most High. What's the love of the Most High?
That we keep His commandment.
That we do what?
That we keep His commandment.
That we keep His commandments, which is His rules and regulations. His moral laws, His civil laws, His dietary laws, His ceremonial laws. Point blank. Read.
And His commandments are not grievous.
Commandment, you're going to be sad to do what's right. You're supposed to feel good. You're going to be blessed. Get Deuteronomy 28 and 1. See, the problem is, everybody been taught wrong. Everybody been taught wrong. Y'all go to church, your preacher ain't gonna come forth and challenge the Hebrew Israelites. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little in this Bible. You know, they're not gonna do it. You're not gonna see that. I think I see the brothers, they were debating a preacher, and I went to sleep on it. And I was having nightmares. I don't know what's going on. I was having nightmares. I woke up, the preacher was, and it was, amen, amen. He was just screaming. He had nothing to bring. It's limited amount of time. I could be here for 9 hours, 12 hours, if you can handle it. With these precepts, according to what the Bible's talking about. It's a book of life, man. This is a real book of life. You understand? They can't do that. They don't talk. All they do is talk. Run their mouth. You can't remember what nobody's saying. That's why people come before us and regurgitate what they heard somebody else say. I want you to remember these scriptures. Remember the word of the Most High. That's how you're going to be cleaned up, man. Not by what I say. Only thing I'm giving you the breakdown of what the scripture is talking about. Remember these scriptures, man. You got a flyer? Look it up, man. Call us up, man, so you can learn any questions you got, man, you can answer. Please.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Think it important? Listen to what it said.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, to observe to do all His commandments.
What?
To do all His commandments.
Here in the New Testament, here in the Old Testament. He said to do what?
To do all His commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high, above all nations of the earth.
Set us on high, above all nations of the earth, man. Everybody, ain't that racist? That's racist. If you want to call it racist, call them racist. He said he's going to set us on high, above all nations. That's the kingdom. That's where we're going to be at if we make it to the kingdom. Most High will, right? We're going to be above all nations of the earth. Straight up.
For Jesus is the way.
We know.
Jesus is the way.
And all these blessings shall come, and all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power.
Simple. Same thing he said in 1 John 5 and 3.
Give your life.
We're going to be blessed, man.
Give your life a minute.
Forever and ever and ever. It's a choice. You can listen to people you want to. Listen to what that word is saying. It's going to tell you, man. They're talking about the children of Israel being done away with. Let's get Revelation 7. Let's start at verse 4. Let's see the children of Israel. That's the last book of the Bible. You know, you only got about 15 more chapters in Revelation before it's over. So we go to Revelation 7 and 4. Let's see the elect of the Most High, who they are. Since we say we've been done away with, here, I got it right here. We scattered among all nations. Understand this, read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed.
Sealed with this truth. Sealed with this truth, brother. The laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High, having faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. Going to the Most High on our behalf. Read.
And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Here we are, right here in the last book of the Bible. You only got, like I said, 15 more chapters before it's over. Finished. Here we are, 15 chapters before it's over. What did he say? Listen, children is supposed to be done away with. This is what he said.
Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
This is what is sealed with this truth, man. 12,000 of the tribe of Judah.
Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Gad was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Asher was sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Asher was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Naphtali was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Manasseh was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Simeon was sealed 12,000. How can we be done away with? Let's keep on.
Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Levi was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Issachar was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000.
Joseph representing Ephraim was sealed 12,000. Read.
Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000.
The tribe of Benjamin, our youngest brother, was sealed 12,000. Read.
After this I beheld.
The churches use this scripture right here. They go here and say, see, this bringing in the Gentiles. I'm going to show you that they're lying. And that's a lie. Point blank. This is what it says, so read.
After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number.
Great multitude. Keep that in mind. He said a great multitude which what?
No man could number.
Which no man could number. That's why you look at we as a people, man, the Most High said we more numerous than the sand of the sea, and the stars in the sky. That's how many lives of us. Can't be numbered, he said, read.
Of all nations and kindred and people and tongues stood before the throne.
All nations, kindreds, and tongues stood before the throne, right? It's important because, you know, Deuteronomy 68, 48, and 48. Hold where you at. Look where you at. Hold, go back so you go back there. To verse 9. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Now we got to go to verse 15 first so you'll know. We went to verse 1 and 2. It said the blessings. And we followed the Most High's rules and regulations. That's the laws, statute, commandments, right? So now verse 15 tells us another side. Those sides, he's pretty much balanced, man. Up, down, in, out, on, off. That's how we roll. You know? Read.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right? But ain't no curses to Christians of these other religions because they're not dealing with the laws. They just run their mouth. They just run their mouth. They're not dealing with the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High. When they be telling you, you got to come back to the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws that the Most High wrote with his finger. The work of the Most High. Understand this. Ready?
And the Most High, verse 68, And the Most High shall,
64.
verse 64. And the Most High shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other powers, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. Wood is all these different religions. Stone is all these different religions. And the Most High didn't set up. All you gotta do is ask somebody that's religious, where is your religion in the Bible? Where's Baptist in the Bible? Where's Catholic in the Bible? Where's Jehovah's Witness in the Bible? Now we can go and get precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, concerning their religion. Most High didn't give us no religion. Religion comes from a Latin word, religio, which means to hold back, to keep down, and to restrain you from what? From coming to this truth, coming back to the Most High. That's why he said, hey, I'm going to go to my place until we, as the children of Israel, acknowledge how we have offended him. That's why I come forth to represent him wholeheartedly. Not challenge anybody, challenge him. But you're going to have to deal with him. That's why I said we've been offending him enough, man. That's why I took the time to come out now, represent him, and let us know that if we don't come back to his laws, statutes, and commandments, he's going to burn people up. And I can go trip out the scripture. He said he's fired from his waist up, fired from his waist down. So I'm going to melt you. That's what he's telling people. You got to choose life or death. That death is that hell fire. He's fire, man. He's consuming fire. People don't understand that, man. That's the first spirit he said he got, a vengeance. Coming from him, fire. What do you think he's going to destroy this earth with? Fire. That's why I say, man, he scattered us among all nations because we didn't want to follow what he said to do. Simple as that. Just as it is today. Didn't want to listen to him. We made him cry. We made him cry. Y'all ain't talking about that. Who's talking about that? Moses said, we made him cry. So he said, when you cry to me, I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to ignore you when you cry to me. We made him cry. That's why we scattered among all these nations, man.
right.
That's why we need to come back to him. If you care anything about yourself, you care anything about your children, you care anything about your daddy, your mama, your cousins, your uncles, you better hear what I'm saying. But most important, hear what the Most High is saying through this Bible, man.
That's right.
Go back to Revelation 7 and 9. It's a reason why he said we'll scatter us among all nations. That's why Jacob, you're going to see, represents this multitude. Read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number.
A great multitude, which no man could number. Read.
Of all nations.
Of what?
Of all nations.
Coming out of all nations, man. It ain't talk about every race of people. You're going to find out that they done lied to you in the churches. Or come forth and prove me wrong. Read.
And kindreds, and people, and tongues stood before the throne, and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, and palms in their hands.
Hear that? So now, let's see who this great multitude is. Let's find out who this great multitude is. 2 Ezra 3:16. Y'all know about John 3:16. Remember this one. 2 Ezra 3:16. Read this.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 16.
First it said a great multitude, right? That's why I said, remember that. Listen what it said.
And unto him thou gavest Isaac.
So unto Abraham, our forefather, the Most High gave Isaac. The Most High chose Isaac. He didn't choose Ishmael. He chose Isaac. Read.
And unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob.
Unto Isaac, the Most High also gave Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, who became the forefather of those 12 tribes of Israel. As you see on the side, you see on the shirt, and I pronounced them. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Manasseh, Asher, and Issachar. Them 12 tribes, man. That we just named the 12,000 from each of the tribes of Israel that make up the 144,000.
Right.
That's the elect. So now, then there's the elect coming out of the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel that's going to be redeemed and coming back to the Most High. And not offending him. Realize that we don't offend him and come back to him. Read.
As also thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob,
Our forefather, whose name was changed to Israel, became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. You learn to say that, you're going to find you have less problems than no at all. 12 tribes of Israel. We in the last book, right?
Right.
So, hey, didn't he name 12,000 from each of the tribes of Israel in the last book of the Bible? It ain't going there. All Revelation, that's like taboo or something. No, it's giving you still the truth. Remember, it was a great multitude. Read it from the top.
Verse 16.
Second Ezra.
2 Ezra chapter 3 verse 16. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau.
The Most High going all the way back to Genesis 25:19 on down to 25. When the Most High said Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment, they called his name Esau. And Jacob came out just like everybody else with pigment and melon. You understand? So now, read.
As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee.
As for Jacob, our forefather, the Most High chose Jacob to himself. Read.
And put by Esau.
What?
And put by Esau.
He put by Esau. Put him to the side. And what happened with Jacob?
And so Jacob became a great multitude.
Jacob became a great multitude.
Right.
Hear that? A great multitude. Our forefather Jacob, he had 4 wives, and he brought forth the 12 tribes of Israel. Because his son Joseph, he had a wife in Egypt and brought forth Ephraim and Manasseh. See what I'm saying? But they're still from Jacob. Because you come from your daddy's seed, right? You with me? That's why he went from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. To us, the 12 tribes of Israel. That's how it goes. See this? Look at that picture. What you see? It's a white man, right? Look at it close.
Yeah, it looks like one white woman. Right. That's pretty cool.
Okay, all right. Supposed to be men, right? Been here since 1492, man. Let me show you. That's his father. He's a Borgia father. We're not on, I'm excuse me, Rodrigo Borgia, who Alexander sits in Rome, right? That's him right there. That's him right there. Right there.